1 minute story. If this is your first time here though, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below and give me a thumbs up. The Dragon and the Desert. Story 1.
The desert was a cruel place. It was hot and dry, and there was nothing to eat or drink. The only thing that survived in the desert was the dragon. The dragon was a large, scaly creature with sharp claws and teeth. It lived in a cave at the edge of the desert, and it never came out during the day. At night, it would fly out into the desert and hunt for food. One night, the dragon saw a creature in the distance. It was a small, furry creature, and it was trying to cross the desert. The dragon flew closer, and it could see that the creature was very tired and thirsty. The dragon could have easily killed the creature, but something stopped it. Instead, the dragon flew to a nearby oasis and filled its mouth with water. Then it flew back to the creature and let it drink. After the creature had quenched its thirst, the dragon flew it back to its cave and let it rest. In the morning, the creature woke up and saw the dragon sleeping next to it. The creature was afraid at first, but then it saw that the dragon was not going to hurt it. The two of them became friends, and they would spend every night talking and flying around the desert together. One day, the creature asked the dragon why it had helped it. The dragon replied, "Because I was once lost in the desert myself, and someone helped me. Now, it's my turn to help others."
Story 2.
There was once a great dragon who lived in the middle of a vast and empty desert. The dragon was so huge that when he slept, his body covered the entire desert floor. His scales were as hard as diamonds and his claws were sharper than blades. The dragon had been sleeping for centuries, but one day he was awoken by a young girl who had wandered into the desert. The girl was very thirsty and had been walking for days without finding any water. When she saw the dragon, she was frightened at first, but then she realized that he was the only living creature in the desert. The girl asked the dragon for some water, and the dragon was so pleased to have someone to talk to that he gave her all the water she could drink. The girl told the dragon about her life and how she had come to be in the desert. The dragon was fascinated by her stories and he enjoyed listening to her voice. After a while, the girl grew tired and fell asleep. The dragon watched over her as she slept, and when she woke up, he asked if there was anything he could do for her. The girl asked the dragon to take her out of the desert. The dragon was happy to oblige, and he flew the girl out of the desert and back to her home. The girl was very grateful to the dragon, and she asked if there was anything she could do to repay him. The dragon said that all he wanted was to be friends with the girl. The girl was delighted, and she visited the dragon often. They would sit together and talk for hours, and the girl found that she could tell the dragon anything. She confided in him all her hopes and dreams, and the dragon listened patiently. As the years went by, the girl grew up and had children of her own. Sometimes she would take her children to visit the dragon, and he would tell them stories about his life in the desert. The girl and the dragon remained friends until the day the dragon died. The girl was sad, but she knew that she would always remember the dragon and the many hours they had spent talking together.
Story 3.
Once upon a time, a great dragon lived in a vast desert. The dragon was so large that its body blocked out the sun, and its shadow covered the entire desert. The dragon was very old and very tired, and it had been sleeping for a very long time. One day, a small desert mouse came across the dragon's shadow. The mouse had never seen anything so big before, and it was afraid. The mouse ran away as fast as it could. The dragon woke up when it felt the mouse's fear. The dragon wasn't used to being awake, and it was very disoriented. The dragon saw the mouse running away, and it was so amused that it decided to follow the mouse. The dragon followed the mouse all around the desert. The mouse was getting tired, but it was also getting curious about the dragon. The mouse realized that the dragon wasn't trying to hurt it, and it stopped running. The mouse and the dragon became friends, and they spent many days together exploring the desert. The dragon showed the mouse things that it had never seen before, and the mouse showed the dragon the beauty of the desert. One day, the dragon told the mouse that it was time for it to go back to sleep. The dragon said that it was very old and very tired, and it needed to rest. The mouse was sad to see the dragon go, but it understood. The dragon curled up in the sand and went back to sleep. The mouse sat next to the dragon and watched over it as it slept. Which of the 3 stories is your favorite? Please leave me a message below.
Thank you so much for listening. If you're new here, don't forget to click wherever the red subscribe button is. Click that and give me a thumbs up.